We're looking for the mama bobcat. Chances are we're not going to find her. They are experts at hiding. The fact that I even saw it is only because it recently moved. It's probably found a pretty good residence at this point. Nestled away underneath these trees and bushes where I can't get to. But if I catch a glimpse, my best bet is down this path, or on the sides of it. But we're not just looking for a bobcat. We're also looking for anything unusual. You rarely see other people walking out here. There are plenty of footprints proving that does happen. I'll see people walking their dogs occasionally, or someone jogging occasionally. One time I saw a girl in camo fatigues walk really fast in my direction. Kind of freaked me out. So I started walking faster and I went into a couple secret pathways and lost her, but anything out here can stay a mystery for a long time, so. But it is frequently traveled enough where if any crime were to take place, I think it would be discovered fairly quickly. I'm sure they were just walking to the convenience store. They didn't have a car. This is a shortcut to the shopping center. It's just unusual how they were walking so fast towards me. Other than that, not much unusual things happen out here. There's more of this black sand, magnetite. I've yet to find any gold connected with the black sand, like the story goes. But concerning gold being hidden and guarded by dragons, I don't want to say too much about it, but I'll tell you this. Dragons do guard treasure. Actual dragons guarding actual treasure. Whenever there's a hoard of a great amount of gold or silver, jewels or gems, be it pirate treasure or some old miner back in the 49ers era, whether it's modern or ancient, the ancient Vikings truly believed that they needed to bury a couple Viking bodies, and even killed a couple Vikings and buried it with their treasure hoard, because they greatly believed the treasure needed to be guarded by someone they trust, someone they know. If it wasn't, it was being guarded by something negative, a negative dragon. In the context of not allowing you to get it. So how does this folk tale translate into reality? Well, I've heard of countless of stories, and I'm going to compile them and put them together. Some man bought a piece of property because he heard a rumor, a local legend, that there was water buried underneath this water cave on the property. So he buys the land, and he tries to get to where the purported treasure is hidden, a cache of gold. And he puts on his scuba gear, and he dives, and every time he gets near where he thinks it might be, some unseen, unknown force pulls him back, pushes him under, prevents him from even getting to the end of the water cave. This is the type of scenario where a spirit is guarding the treasure, and it doesn't find that guy worthy of collecting, of finding it. I think the same exists for shipwrecks, pirate shipwrecks, pirate buried treasure on islands. I was talking about Superstition Mountains, the Lost Dutchman's gold mine, whatever the case may be. The reason people, treasure hunters, don't find gold, even though they know there's gold somewhere right there, is because the spirits guarding that gold don't find that person worthy to obtain it. Even to the point where the spirits can create illusions, doubt, put people off on the wrong path, perhaps even move the gold. I've heard rumors, myths, folktale, legends concerning that, to the point where it's more than leprechauns guarding that pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. It's more than dragons guarding their cave with all that gold they're sitting on top of. These are all actual analogies to a legitimate phenomenon of spirits guarding mass amounts of wealth underneath the earth. I've already talked about demons have X-ray vision. Demons can see straight through the earth. They can see where that valuable pile of treasure is. They can see where that gold is. They can see it. And there are many codexes and grimoires which claim you can ask the spirits, where can I find treasure? Where can I find gold? And the spirits always seem to respond the same. Oh, yeah. Not going to tell you. Or I don't know. They're going to lie when they know exactly where it is. They're not going to tell the sorcerer where the gold is, because they don't want that sorcerer to achieve great wealth. Maybe they'll help them in publishing a book and getting a little bit of wealth here and there. That human has to really grind for their... They have to work hard to earn their living. Rarely is a spirit, positive or negative, going to be giving you the lotto numbers. It's the same analogy. They're not going to give you the lotto numbers because it's a little difficult getting those exact numbers. But guess what's even easier? It's easy for them to show you exactly where a gold nugget is, a cache of gold coins, silver coins. It would be fairly relatively easy for any demon to show you where some gold is, because they have X-ray vision. They can see straight through the earth. But chances are, if you try to contact an imp, they're going to be like, hey, there's some bigger spirits guarding that treasure. They're assigned to it. I don't even have the legal authority to let you know that that exists. But even if I did, I couldn't help you out. You have to appease, if you will, those dragons guarding the treasure. It's something I've seen time and time again, over and over, to the point where it's not myth, it's not legend, it's reality. So there could be a huge pile of gold buried right there in a secret cave. Unless the spirits want you to know, or unless you're extremely lucky, but luck doesn't really apply. These spirits control whether you're lucky, control whether you can find it. But they don't control whether you're unlucky. A positive mindset can push you forward. One of my friends told me he noticed a pattern in successful actors, for example. He said he noticed a bunch of D-list actors in the 80s. They worked and worked and worked, and they never gave up. And they worked and worked and worked. And now they're well-known A-listers, or at least well-known actors with great jobs, because they persisted and they never gave up. So with your craft, with your occupation of choice, you can succeed with hard work and in just barreling on through, unceasing and never giving up. You can achieve success. But concerning digging up treasure, find a new job, find a new pastime. If you think you're going to find the biggest treasure hoard of all time, if you happen to be ignorant of the fact that spirits guard treasure. This goes beyond myth, goes beyond legend. I know it to be a fact. How do I know it to be a fact? Well, there are a lot of things I can't prove. There are a lot of things I'm not even going to ever attempt to prove. But I know it to be a true scenario, that spirits do guard treasure. So how do you appease the spirits and get them on your side? I don't recommend attempting that. I don't recommend attempting that. That can lead to a path you don't want to follow. I would say trying to appease these type of entities, you have a better chance at guessing the lotto numbers than appeasing one of these spirits. But they do occasionally choose someone. There was recently a multi-billion-dollar gold shipwreck discovered. And I think half of it was claimed by a guy. Maybe the other half went to a museum or something. And a lot of money was behind it. Corporations working to secure the legal ownership of this gold hoard at the bottom of the ocean. I think it was off the Pacific coast. An old pirate ship wreck of gold bars, gold coins, you name it. Perhaps the guy in charge or the guy involved was familiar with the spirits guarding it. Perhaps he did something. I don't know. We'll never know. And occasionally I'll say, maybe the spirits will just say okay and give you the permission. But such is extremely rare. We don't see people digging up mass amounts of gold anytime soon. It's few and far between. I'm just going down this path. Let's see if we can find anything interesting. Trying to find proof of the invisible is a task that is beyond the realm of anything that a human is going to be able to prove beyond a shadow of a doubt anytime soon. So when I talk about these esoteric subjects of the spirit dimension, I 100% don't expect a single skeptic of that topic to even see me other than someone just spouting some folklore and folktale, and they're going to claim it's 100% made up garbage. But spirits do guard treasure. I think the Vikings knew this. Many other cultures have known this. And they falsely actually killed guards to bury with, to protect that treasure. In a scenario like that, I would suspect anyone killed and buried, or even an already previously dead body, buried with a treasure for protection, I would say would have zero effect on the dragon spirit that's already assigned to guard that treasure. So it's a myth within a myth, mythology within mythology, folktale against folktale, but you can't supersede the laws of the higher dimensions. Why would a higher dimensional entity even be interested in guarding a physical lower realm treasure? Well, they watch us 24/7. They're also known as the Watchers. And they're very interested in everything human, the human experience. They're interested in smoking cigars. They're interested in drinking alcohol. They're interested in experiencing everything a human can experience. And they're also interested in elevating and demoting humans at their leisure. A huge pile of gold is in their interests, as they like to push up to the top of the pyramid, if you will, those who they approve of. It's the old Illuminati conspiracy garbage, but there's a spiritual aspect which is authentic. A lot of people wonder who is behind the Illuminati. I don't think any human beings are even aware of who is behind the Illuminati. We're talking spiritual entities, spirit entities, non-physical entities of a higher dimension. Push a puppet to the top, if you will, and become the physical embodiment of the head of the Illuminati for a temporary period of time. And then they'll leave that body, do whatever they got to do. I personally think the Illuminati has a spiritual component which humans can't comprehend. And I'm talking about the actual power structure of the power entities behind what's going on. I'm not talking about some conspiracy nonsense of 1776. There are occult circles that will claim they are enlightened, and they have gone through some initiation process. And that initiation process is spiritual. It's an out-of-body experience, and they're shown things. I can't claim I've gone out of the body more than a few inches, but I have been shown a few things. And if I were to just bluntly talk about it in this video, I would be ridiculed, because some of the things are so cliche that they say, yeah, right, you saw that on a movie or a TV show. Or you just have been reading too many conspiracy forums. I'm not a member of any conspiracy forums, actually. The last forums I ever visited would have been maybe the time travel forums many years ago. And it was just me disputing hoaxers. So I'm not a huge believer in conspiracy nonsense. I'm not going to rattle off the names of the conspiracies I disagree with, as the bots will read that transcript and permanently associate it with this video, which I've already mentioned, the I word, the eyeball within the pyramid, one too many times now that the bots are going to associate this video with that. But didn't find anything too unusual, but unusual things, it's hard to capture them on camera. I have a better chance capturing unusual activity in my room. So maybe I'm free of such oppression when I'm walking in the wilderness, and I can get some peace of mind in nature. Being one with nature, it's one of the most peaceful things you can experience, in my opinion. In my experience, sometimes I walk out here in the middle of the night. and I'll put on night sight and perhaps do a middle of the night tour. And I know the general location of where the coyotes live. I don't want to bother them too much. But if I did it at night, at least they would be awake. I wouldn't startle them. They're nestled away close to some houses because they're so pushed beyond. But here's the night vision. I'm gonna get a new camera, which is gonna be considerably more professional than this. And it's a huge investment. I'm gonna be making payments on it, but I think it's gonna be worth it. I'm making new videos, re-editing over and over and over. Sometimes I make a video and I'm like, you know what? This doesn't represent my channel. I'm not even gonna upload it. And I just want higher quality content. And even walking in the wilderness, if that's better than a video I spent some time on, then perhaps I picked a bad subject. But books, reviewing books is as neutral as it gets. Not too much controversy there, although my channel seems to be a magnet for controversy. And I personally think my gaming channel, Razimus Gaming, has been given the whitelisted full access because it's a gaming channel. Even though I barely ever upload there, gaming channels are being given privileges far beyond what is seen as a alternative channel. And sure, my channel's alternative. It talks about some strange subjects, but it's nowhere near the realm of Alex J of Info W. Can't even mention full things because of how the algorithm, man, I can't even use the word, can't even use that A word. The suppression is extreme, but I'm going to continue to push forward, make new content. I'm doing a video on Zoe. You're going to see my Zoe video coming up soon. I think I got a Trojan on my computer from downloading some software. Bandicam of all things, so watch out. Try to get a clean version of Bandicam. It's a game recording software, but I use it primarily for non-games. You can switch to screen record. There's a light. Oh, crap. There's someone up ahead with a flashlight. Oh, crap. This ain't good. We're gonna have to take an alternative path. As you can see, someone is after me. Well, until next time, this has been John Razimus. Someone is just doing a little night jog. I don't want them to interfere with the video, but I thank you for watching. This has been John Razimus with the John Razimus channel. Be seeing you.